the best high row ever. I'm going to show you my modified Trac high row. You can click on the link above. Like, you can see my initial review of this in its original state. But I'm going to show you how I've enhanced this machine. So if you look online, you'll see, some of you may already have it, Prime Fitness has a new high row or pull down, which is good. There's this other company called Citadel. I've never tried it. It looks pretty cool. Very similar machine. I'm going to show you how I've converted my Trac row into something very similar. All right, so this is my modified Trac high row. So one of the things you're going to notice is I welded an arm that extends out further than the original arm. It was just too complicated to try to mess with the handles that come with it. The handles that come with it are fantastic for stimulating the lats. But I wanted to add extra handles and enhance it. So I made the movement arm longer, which allows me to attach any sort of thing I want, and I'll show you how I use it. All right, so the other thing I'm done, and I'm going to show you, is I've made a movement arm, an angled movement arm that comes out that kind of mimics a prime or stride piece that allows me to overload the middle or the beginning. Now, having played around with it a bunch, I kind of strategically made these angles the way I feel it optimally allows you to manipulate the strength curve. So you're going to notice on the prime, it comes a little bit more of this angle. Mine's a little more straight up. Because of the amount of excursion I'm able to get on this machine, like, it's fantastic. So, as I did with a couple other machines I'll show you, I literally cut up an old squat machine that I wasn't using, didn't like as much, and I used the parts to do this. All right, so I showed you in that first video, this is the handle that comes with it. It's a phenomenal handle just to line yourself up with the lats. As I've mentioned before, I really appreciate high rows, and I prefer them over just traditional lat pull downs. Leaning into the pad, the nice thing is that the chest pad adjusts with this, as opposed to some other high rows that don't. Some newer ones do adjust. So the original is a really good machine. I just found it was a little bit harder at contraction. You know, that it could be improved upon more or less. It's still a good piece, but could be improved on. So you can see I'm using the original handle and using the 3 loading horns that I've added. You know, you see a lot of people use it this way with most of the weight on the beginning range, which I think is the best way to use it, just because you get a fantastic stretch and it does taper a little bit towards the end. So you can see this extension that I added, depending on how many snap rings you apply, you can push the chest pad forward and do almost a more pull down, or you can push the chest pad all the way out, which is what I prefer, and do more of a high row. So I deliberately kind of made it sort of further away than you'll see on the prime or this other Citadel piece, because I want the ability to get maximum excursion. The more that weight arm moves, the more you can actually utilize and manipulate the strength curve. Some of the pieces that just don't move much, you know, the Strive sort of loading arm technology doesn't make as big of a difference, but this, it makes a huge difference. Because you can get maximum movement or excursion of the arm. So I still love the prime handles. You can see I kind of sit a little bit to the side. The one caveat of this is you can't really do it effectively 2 arms at a time. I don't really like doing this movement 2 arms at a time anyways. But the modification I've made is really designed to do 1 arm at a time. So this is just another angle showing you the movement of those horns. It just turned out perfectly as far as how I wanted it to feel during the movement. Heavy, good load in the middle, and lighter at the end. So you can see here I'm just using the D handle. You know, any accessory handle works with this, whatever feels comfortable. But again, using this for a while, you know, the prime piece and the other piece, I think the chest pad kind of angles. I don't really notice a huge difference with it lack of angle, and I kind of lean back anyways if I want. But just this movement just hammers lats. I still think I prefer facing away, you know, versus like an explode high row where you face in. I just like the feeling of the weight behind me. And it's just a better stretch, I think, when you're faced away. Just my personal opinion. But that's kind of semi-supinated grip, I find, keeping my I don't like to extend my arm all the way because I feel that recruits too much bicep. If I keep a slight flex and I kind of almost try to flare my lats when I'm doing this movement, just so freaking effective. Doing it with that simple modification of keeping a slight bend in the elbow and really flaring the lats, not extending all the way. So all the tension is there on the lat, and you're kind of almost flexing your lat as you're pulling it down. The one thing I wanted to do with this that I couldn't really figure out an easy way to do was to attach the Medix row handle, which I kind of do on my Panada high row. But I think once I modify my Panada again, it'll negate the need to put this on there. So the beauty of this, obviously, in any Strive technology is the mechanical drop set. So you take more of the load from the middle or beginning and middle or end and put it all at the beginning now. So you really can do a true mechanical drop set. This is just a fantastic feel. So to review, it's just a phenomenal piece. Probably my favorite high row. Now I think I'm gonna do something else to the Panada that may make it similar or better. But the main thing with this machine and the main thing with this type of movement is you want maximum excursion. And because I deliberately moved those movement arms, I made them pretty long so that I can manipulate it depending on how many snap rings I put on it. It allows maximum excursion to truly allow manipulation of the strength curve. So tell me what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe below. As always, I really appreciate your support in growing this channel. Have an amazing day.